the project I've been working on the last 2 or 3 days is two tablet cases. This is the Samsung tablet, and last year I built photographer Tad Myers 2 of these heavy leather tablet covers. That's what he wanted. He shows his pictures on these tablets, and it's a good way to show his work. And he likes for his clients to have something in their hand that really has a custom feel to it, because Tad is the author of the Portraits of the American Craftsman book, and he just wanted something handmade. So I'll give you a little update on what I've got going here. When I originally made Tad's first 2 tablet cases, I had to come up with a pattern. So I used his tablet and worked out a pattern with about 1/2 inch to not quite 5/8 extra around the tablet there, and then I cut fillers. It actually takes 2 1/2 inch strips stacked up to be the right height, and then I made a front for it. Originally I had made cut out my fillers like this, but I found that it was too hard to get that fitted in there the way I wanted it. So I came back with this method of stacking 2 layered strips. And what I do right in the middle here, I've got this a space here for the plug-in for the power source. And here at the top I've got room for the buttons on the top of the tablet. So what I did, I spent a little time on making my patterns and worked that out like I wanted. And as you can see here, the closure is these snaps, the straps over the top with belt snaps. I used Hermann Oak 13 to 15 ounce saddle skirting, which is really heavy. The new ones I made here these are just slightly under 1 inch thick. I've got 2 that I spent a couple days probably about 3 days from the time I cut out my saddle skirting, edged it, and glued my liners in here, and then I hand stitched all the way around. It's something I think you can do. You can work out a pattern. You may not want it this heavy, but this really has a neat custom feel to it, and it will definitely be one of a kind. I've got to embellish this around the edges here with some scroll work. I've got a paper pattern that I've drawn a design on. I'll wet this with a sponge, and I'll come back with a saddler's awl and trace my design on there, and then come in and cut it with a swivel knife. It won't be stamped or beveled around it, but it will be pretty unique and custom. On the back, before I glued the back to the liners and all that, I did cut in Tad Myers photographer and beveled around it with a B802 beveler craft tool. On this first case, the first 2 cases I made, I think I pre-punched the holes on my cowboy sewing machine, and then I came back and used a saddler's awl to enlarge the hole a little bit, and then hand stitched the case. On this case, from 2 inches down here on each side, it's just stitched through this top layer, so this can open up. I'll show you how the tablet goes in here. I slide the tablet down open that up just a little bit. I've got 2 inches of slack right here. And I can just slide that right down in there like it's supposed to be. It's a custom fit. Then I snap that back. And the tablet's set in there. Got access to the power card to charge the tablet, and then there's the controls up here at the top, on and off button, I guess. And then I've got this for the control buttons here. So that's how the Samsung tablet fits into this leather case, and give you maybe some ideas on how you could make your own tablet case. There's probably a market for custom things like this. This is my 4th one right here, so I will tell you this, that these 2 that I've just done got somewhat easier. The first ones, it took me like a week to make 2 of them, to work out my patterns and figure out how to sew them. Oh, one other thing, on this one I used a very small drill bit and I drilled these holes. I normally don't like to do that, but on something this thick, it's just really hard to use a saddler's awl to stitch through that. So you can either use a small drill press to you mark your holes and then drill that with a little drill bit, or I just did it by hand and just made sure my angles, it turned out pretty nice on the back. I did put my maker's mark right down here in the lower corner before I glued it together. So this is a little update of what I've been doing here in the leather shop for the last couple of weeks, and good luck with your leather craft, and appreciate a thumbs up if you don't mind, and you're always welcome to subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time.